Hallelujah. We thank God for today. He has released us. He has released us to come to His presence. Last week, surprisingly, I didn't give you the Bible verse. And I didn't give you the topic. And nobody said, Pastor, why? You come. Okay. No, but the Bible verse. The topic. So we go to Psalm 122. It's very simple. Verse 6. 122 verse 6. Very simple Bible verse. 112. 122, sorry. 122.
Versículo 6.
Verse 6.
Então diz, envie paz de Jerusalém. O Islam e castigado lo prosperará.
Alright, Psalm 122 verse 6. And my topic is Oh Jerusalem.
Mi topic está Oh Jerusalem.
Oh Jerusalem. Become Oh Jerusalem.
Become Oh Jerusalem.
Right, so we go back to last week.
Nós estamos back em semana passada.
And I told you that the ancient city of Jerusalem. I told you that the ancient city of Jerusalem has been a troubled city. So many years. And the historical record shows that it has been attacked 52 times. It has been captured and recaptured 44 times. And you know, when soldiers go to war, they besiege. Besiege means block. They surround a city, but they want to capture it. It has been blocked 23 times. And also destroyed 2 times. So, can we say that it's because of all these things that the psalmist saw of the future of Jerusalem? That he said, pray for Jerusalem. Why pray for Jerusalem? Look at how many times it has come under conflict. So last week in Oh Jerusalem, part 1, that was part 1. I drew your attention to the tension that is in Jerusalem as at last month. The tension between Palestinian youth and the Israeli police and military. And the violence got to its peak. Last month, when these people were in their holy fasting, and if you know the history, every year after year, this thing happens. Even for the past 50 years. That Israel was formally acknowledged as a country by the United Nations. So it's like they want to control the place. And the Palestinians in their areas, the West Bank and Gaza Strip. They have come under strict control. But if you know the Israelis, if you know the Israelites, Israelis, as they call them today, Israelis, they don't joke with their security. And they know how violent the Palestinians are. So this thing has been occurring year after year. And the Palestinians, they will take advantage of their festival. Yeah, an attack. Or create conflict. And then I said that this thing is not just like, oh, conflict, violence all the time. But I want to take you through the Bible. And so you see that this thing has deep spiritual background. And it is important for us as Christians. And then for the Jews, what Jerusalem means. So you don't stay ignorant. When you see these things on your television screen, or you buy newspaper and you see, hey, Israelites and the Israelis and the Palestinians are at war. Know what's happening. And I trace the thing back to Genesis 21. Right. Last week we looked at it. Genesis 21, 17 and 18. God promised Abraham that Ishmael, his first son, would be a great nation. What happened was that, if you know the story, God promised Abraham a son, through whom Jesus Christ will come. But his wife Sarah had no patience. Hey, look, you see my servant? Look, just forget about this, your goat. And have a baby with her. And we solved God's problem for him. But that was not God's plan. God had a plan. And when God promises, you must wait for it. No matter how long it takes, God works with his own timetable. And so they had a son, they named Ishmael. But you know, when God said he will also be a nation, there was no promise of land. Alright, but look at Genesis 15, 13 to 16. Look at it. Genesis 15.
Génesis 15, 13 y 15.
Yes.
Esta dice, Dios avisa a Abraham, sabe por cierto como descendiente de extranjero na frontera y no venirán, camina nando de escravo y quedó 24 anos. Mas também achou que não serviu a usar. E foi em não sali vai o hobby propriedade. E abo logo vai cerca botada na paz. Logo o outro derá na edade hobby avançar. E dentro de 4 gerações logo de aqui não. Sobre a iniquidade e a morena não está completa ainda.
Alright, amen. If I heard that word right, it says Bobe Akinan, they will return here. Alright? they will return here. So here is the promise. Together with the land. Alright. But in the case of Ishmael, he said there will be a great nation. But there was no promise of land. And this promise of 400 years, that they will be out and come back, it happened through Isaac. Because it was his line through Jacob that went into Egypt. Alright? And they grew into a big nation called the Jew. And they came back performing. So we need to understand that this struggle and conflict in the Middle East between the Palestinians and the Israelites is not like what the media want us to believe. They see it as conflict, violence. But it is a spiritual battle that is going on between Judaism and Islam. Right. And as for us Christians, right, we are only like onlookers. Right. It concerns us because we came out from Judaism. Right. Because of Christ, we follow Christ. Christ first came to the Jew. Right. But they didn't accept him. But because we have believed in him, it also affects us. Though it is something between the Jews and the Islam and Judaism. Right. So with time, Ishmael came. But who said that he was interested in Isaac? It's like two brothers but from different mothers. Certainly there is a question of inheritance. So if you are the first one, will you be happy that your papa took another woman and now this other son is coming to share inheritance with you? That's the question. And so Ishmael started teasing. And when Sarah saw it, she said, what? In my home? You house girl? Your son teasing my son? No way. Abraham, get rid of this family. So Ishmael was not interested in God's plan, whatever God had said. Isaac is a son of inheritance. We must see the same way Ishmael threatened or teased Isaac. Similarly, we have the flesh that is not interested in God's plan for our life. But only the fulfillment of evil desires. Selfish desires. So you look around you. The things that God wants for you, your mind is not interested in that. And the mind is a flesh. It desires the worldly thing. Today Sunday, go and see how many people are in the supermarkets. How many people are in shops that are open. How many people even prefer to sleep instead of come to hear the word of God, that their souls will be blessed, that they will be equipped spiritually to see how God is moving. No. The mind desires the flesh. Selfish desire. So don't be surprised that you have people in your family, in the neighborhood, even in your offices, and all you see is selfish desire. Selfish. That's all. Oh, this Sunday I want to invite you to church. Even this Sunday I'll be so busy. So you know it. The things that God desires for us, the flesh doesn't want it. So Ishmael, this Ishmael, is he related with Islam? When you go to Genesis 21:21, we saw it last week. It says that his mama married for him an Egyptian woman. And they have 12 children. Right. So the nation that the Bible talks about, here is it. It will be a great nation. And Genesis 25, 12 to 15, gives us the names of all these. We saw it last week. Genesis 25, 12 to 15 gives us the names of all these children. Great nation. In Genesis 25:18 shows us that they spread out in that area from Egypt to Ashur. So virtually we will say the Middle East. But according to Islamic teaching, they claim that Islam is an Abrahamic religion. You know that Christianity is an Abrahamic religion. Judaism is also Abrahamic religion. And the same with Islam or the Muslim religion. Because all this religion descend, all the leaders of this religion descend from Abraham. Jesus came through Isaac's line. And the Muslims will tell you that they also come through Ishmael's line. And the Jews too will tell you they come through Isaac's line. So all these three religions, the three great religions in the world are Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. These three religions of the world, these three great religions,
religione grandi di mondo
trace their leaders
nanda saka na leader ako
through Abraham.
pamedi di Abraham nanda bisa kunande sediente tudo bisa kunande sediente tadi Abraham.
Now Genesis 25:17.
O Genesis 25:17.
What does it say?
Kika bisa Genesis 25:17. Kabisa Isaac na tayo aya na vida de Ismael 137 anos e era a su último roceia e a morrer a ordem reunir com seu povo.
All right, 137 years.
Viva 137 anos.
But the Bible doesn't tell us where he was buried. Muslims will tell you he was buried in Saudi Arabia. All right, and they even claim that it is he and Abraham, his papa. Right, that is where they are buried. In Mecca. Right, that's why Muslims always every year will go to Mecca for pilgrimage. To visit the shrine there. All right, and when they say that, when you do that, you have fulfilled the highest, in their religion, whatever is highest that you need to be, you have reached there. So the same way Christians will go to Jerusalem, and Jews all over the world will also go to Jerusalem on pilgrimage to see where their Savior was born and buried. They also go to Mecca like that. And so this is how it is. All right. They claim that Ishmael was buried in Mecca. And they will also tell you that it was Ishmael who is the promised son and not Isaac. So you see where the conflict is. The conflict is not between Arabs and Jews. It is between Islam and Judaism. Because each one is claiming the truth to be the truth. So it's a spiritual battle. And they will not call God God, but they call their God Allah. Alright. So are they the same? And they also claim that it was Ishmael who was offered on the altar. And not Isaac. Alright. When Abraham's faith was tested, God said, present your son as a sacrifice. They say it's not Isaac who was offered. So you understand these things, and you know where the conflict is coming from. Now what about the temple? We know from the Bible that God ordains Solomon to build a temple for him. David wanted to do it, but God said, no, your hand is full of blood. Your son You have a son who will do that. So King Solomon came and built this temple. It is the first temple, holy temple. Magnificent in his time. And thousands of workers were deployed to build this temple. It took 7 years to build. You can see that, read about that in 1 Kings 6. 37, 7 years. Right? But you know, because of the sins of the people, God drove them into exile. He brought Nebuchadnezzar, who came and destroyed the temple. And after 70-something years, you read in the book of Ezra how Ezra and Nehemiah returned to build the temple again. So that is the second temple. The same thing, but they raised it up again the second time. But with time, in Jesus' time, King Herod, he also came and renovated it. Made it more beautiful than what was there. This is why at one time the disciples drew Jesus' attention to the temple. How beautiful it was. But what did Jesus say? He prophesied that this thing that you are seeing like this, all will come down. Did it happen? Yeah, in the time of the Romans, but they ruled that place. They destroyed it. So what is there now is just a leftover of the temple. And you know, the psalmist saw into the future. Like we are seeing in Psalm 122:6. Say, oh, Jerusalem. Pray for the peace. Wars and wars upon wars came. So many wars. And in the Islamists, the Muslims, starting from where they came from, Saudi Arabia side. They were conquering the world. So they took over Jerusalem. When they took over Jerusalem, they built what is the third most holy place for Islam. The third most holy place. So there is the Muslims, they will tell you the most holy place is in Saudi Arabia, Mecca. Then they have the second one in Medina, in Mecca, in Saudi Arabia. But the third most holy place is in Jerusalem. Right. So when you go there today, that's the place where the fighting always takes place between Palestinians and the security. Israeli security. Because it is believed that at one time Muhammad, their leader, he flew into Jerusalem, riding a mule. A mule is between a horse and a donkey. That's what they claim. He flew by night to Jerusalem.
Muhammad ahui anoche by Jerusalem.
Alright. And today, where the temple is, their temple is, that is where they said he landed. So you see what is happening in Jerusalem. So much tension between the Jews and the Muslims. Now where they have their mosques, their third only place. When you say mosques, that's their church building, alright? That's where they have their church building. They say that is where Muhammad landed, on the back of a mule. So they consider it very holy. You can go there. No Jew can go there except Muslim. Now here is the thing. That same place is also called Temple Mount, because that is where Solomon also built his temple. Now when you go into history, you will find out in tradition, you go into tradition, alright? So many things has taken place on this holy mount. Whether you will believe it or not, the Jews say that this is what they believe. It is that place that Adam's soul was taken to raise Adam. Is it true or not? We don't know. That's what tradition says. And when you go into scripture, many times God said that I will show you a place where I will place my name. Many times God said it. I will show you a place where I will place my name. Where is that place? Jerusalem. Right? Even yesterday we were looking at our devotion, and we're saying that God says the place where I'll put my name. So where God will choose. And it is that place, their holy mount place. The Temple Mount. It is also believed that that was where Noah, after the flood, it is believed that that was where he landed. And offered sacrifice after the flood. It is also said that it is that same place where Isaac was offered, was going to be offered as sacrifice. It is that same place that Jacob, in his journey, he took a rock and made it into a pillow. And he saw angels in his sleep going up and down. It is that same place where it is believed that Christ was crucified. So you see, so many one place that God said, I will put my name. And so many things that have happened in the Bible happened there. Now you have the Muslims. You have the Muslims who also come and say that it is a place long after Jesus had come and gone. Muslims also claim that Muhammad They are holy prophets. Came riding on a winged mule. A mule is between a horse and a donkey. They say it has a wing. It had a wing. And landed there before he ascended into heaven. So this holy place, so many things have taken place. And so don't be surprised about the violence all the time. And why can we look at it side by side? Why the psalmist says, pray for Jerusalem? Because when he said pray for Jerusalem, he didn't know anything was going to happen like this. He captured Jerusalem. David, he captured Jerusalem. And he said, pray for the peace of Jerusalem. So brothers and sisters, this life, there is so much going on in this life. All we do is to live physically. By the Spirit, there is a great battle going on. And where do you stand? I conclude by taking you to Luke 24. 24. 25. What does it say?
Lucas 24:25 e ela avisará o homem não se sentir e flor de coração para querer tudo que o profeta não pátria.
The prophet said so many things in the Bible. And Jesus was telling the Jews. And I'm also saying it to us. How foolish are we? And slow to believe all these things that the prophets have spoken. Next week, God willing, we'll come back and complete all Jerusalem. That will be part 3. I don't know how this has blessed you, but it's to help you to understand the things that are happening in Jerusalem. And there was a time that the king said, pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Many years ago. Many years before our time. Many years before Jesus came. And those of us who are alive today, we are seeing the conflict going on in Jerusalem. How do we put side by side what the king said? What King David said? Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. And the conflict we are seeing today. Does it make sense? For sure it must make sense. Unless you are not in the spirit. And where do you also see yourself? In the midst of all that is happening in the world. And what God has said. That the soul that sins will die. And he says that all have sinned and come short of the glory. As against God's word. As against God's word. That there's no name under the heaven that anyone can be saved. There's no name under the heaven that anyone can be saved except the name of Jesus. Amen. God bless. God bless. You want to talk to God? You want to say, God, help me understand this. Let your grace work in my life. I don't understand anything. And let your grace work in my life.
Gracias, nos vida.
Well, I believe Jesus.
Vamos a querer Jesús. Amén.